All right, we're live from my bedroom, and it's season 6, and we're
making music. Actually, we're not really in our bedroom. We're really in the backyard. So, yeah.
Oh, ooh, you're the guy who's going to tell how a trick's done. By the way, I saw this television show. It shows you how every trick is ever done, and I never want to know how a trick is done, and I couldn't stop watching. And now I know how every trick I've ever seen is done, and I'm sad.
I want to watch it.
Yeah, but you want to be a magician. That's different. And now we're here. That's right. But we're here. We're going to be talking about Hughs' room, right? Great space for live music. And June 24th, a guy who is a supporter of the show is doing a live show there, Elton Rohn. We saw Elton Rohn July 1st at Memorial Park Port Credit. He does the big shows, plays the big festivals. Oh, he's playing the big theaters. And we have an opportunity, and we spoke to him. But now we have an opportunity. He has a band. He puts the band together. You can hire him. You can hire him in a band. You can hire him in a string quartet. Holy moly, I saw some stuff.
Yes, I saw.
Sammy! Come on, everybody. On the dotted line. And now we're back. And here we are. And we're sitting in the backyard, and we're talking to Lori Ingalls. I said that correctly?
Yes.
And you sound delicious.
Thank you.
You good? Are you also a singer?
That's a matter of opinion.
Oh, right then. We all are then. I guess Bob Dylan can be a singer. We're all singers. I don't normally take over the show like this, so I'm not going to. My kids are here. Actually, I'm shy one because he might have the chicken pox, and chicken pox turns into mumps and shingles for men, so I didn't want you to...
And that rhymes with my last name just by...
Ingalls and shingles. I don't think that's... I hear a song coming on, which is weird, or a jingle, which also rhymes. So before we talk and anything gets missed, my son, Benjamin, with Magic, with Ben. He wants to be a performer, so he has questions. We just had our third live show. Ben, take it over.
Hello.
How are you, Ben?
Good. So, right now, I'm going to talk to you about, ask you questions about your career. My first one is, who was your influence?
You can't hear me? Oh, I turned you off instead of me off.
Oh.
I wanted to turn me off so this big crazy mic wasn't on.
Yeah.
And I was very confident and cocky, and I turned the wrong switch. So, hey, take two. How are you doing? I would like to talk to you for a second. Hey, Benjamin, can you take it over? I'm pretty sure I had your question, but I don't believe I had his answer.
Yes, my influence would be, well, obviously, Elton John. That's why I'm in the Elton John band, or the Elton Rohn band. I do get mixed up sometimes. Wishful thinking. And, and I was a big Billy Joel fan and Bruce Springsteen fan, and I like Queen. And because I'm Canadian, I like Rush.
Guys, do you know any of the bands for which he just mentioned? Any of the bands? You know Queen. You don't know who Elton John is?
I know who.
You know Elton Rohn is because you've seen him perform, and every song he does covers. Do you know who Bruce Springsteen is?
No.
Rush?
Who's Rush?
Okay, I got to get Geddy Lee on the show. That was nuts. That's nuts, right? That is okay. Keep going, Ben.
Okay, well, what was your first gig?
Ooh, my first gig, I think, was at the Banbury Community Center. And that would be in North York. And I was probably 14 or 15. How old are you guys again?
I'm 11 turning 12.
Oh, so you guys are way ahead of me in your careers.
Yeah.
And guess what we played?
Were you getting shekels?
No, I don't. I think we got paid in fries. I think it was fries and gravy. And at that show, strangely enough, we probably played Elton John, Bruce Springsteen, Billy Joel, Queen, and Rush.
Oh, cool.
Because that's how far back those influences went.
From your first gig, I want to know, what was your biggest gig?
Oh, the biggest one?
Yep.
Probably one of the Elton Rohn ones. Because he gets to play some really big places. Big, gigantic rib fests and the Burlington Sound of Music and stuff like that. And Hughs' room, which is big enough.
What is the instrument that you usually play on Elton Rohn?
I play all the synthesizer piano. It looks like a piano, but I'm playing all the orchestra parts, like the string sections and the brass sections and synthesizers and stuff like that. Ron plays all the piano himself.
What was the first instrument you played?
Piano. I think I was probably about 4 or 5 when I started.
Why did you find interest in piano?
Oh, I don't know. It could be genetic. Could be cultural. Could be my grandfather had a really nice Bechstein piano in his living room, and he played it, and I kind of wanted to be like him. Oh, he was a pharmacist. But he used to play Midnight in Moscow. That was his tune.
Okay, what is the best song you've ever played?
Oh.
The most popular song
Oh.
that you know how to play?
That's a really good question. Maybe Piano Man by Billy Joel.
Now it's on to Sam with You'll Read This.
Hello, I'm Sam,
Hi, Sam.
and I do a show called Yo, Read This. So I'm going to ask you some questions about books. Are you fine with that?
I am fine with that.
Okay, so question number 1. Have you ever wrote or written a book?
No. Never.
Well, are you writing a book?
Not currently, no.
Are you thinking about?
I have on occasion. Maybe a kid's book. That might be nice. That's about my speed. Maybe a book related to science.
So, what's your favorite author?
Oh, well, growing up, it was Ellery Queen. I used to read a lot of Ellery Queen mystery books.
What's your favorite book?
Oh, that's a tricky one, but I think it's actually a hockey book. It was, I have a soft spot for I've Got to Be Me by Derek Sanderson.
Okay, what's your favorite thing to do?
Oh, eat.
What's your favorite thing to eat?
Oh, there's too many. I had a great lunch today with my pal Andy in Burlington, and we had they had butter shrimp. I've had butter chicken many times, but I'd never had butter shrimp, and it was outstanding. And I'm going to give a little plug. The place was called the Bombay Grill on Fairview.
What's your favorite Pokemon?
I don't have a favorite Pokemon. I treat all Pokemon equally.
What's your favorite video game?
Oh, Pong. I'm kind of old school. I had Pong, yes. Currently? I don't think so. Once in a while, you know, you come across one somewhere. But I was good at it.
Pong is like, I can't even tell you. It's ridiculous. Go on.
What's your favorite sport?
Hockey. I have to say hockey.
Okay.
Look, I'm wearing a fake hockey guy right there.
No, they don't. That's not what they look like anymore. Wow, that's retro as well. But we have that game downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not cutouts. They're like figurines.
Yeah.
Is that what they call you, figurines?
They're 3D.
Dolls. They're like dolls.
3D guys with little sticks.
Yeah, that smile and punch each other in the face. It becomes rock'em sock'em hockey in the middle.
And these guys were smiling at you no matter which side of them you looked at. They usually didn't have a back of their head.
Look closer. Look closer at the thing, Lynn. What's missing? Don't tell them. What's missing from the picture? What's missing from the picture of the hockey player on his jersey? What's missing? Look at everything on that man's uniform.
Number?
What's missing? The number could be on the back.
The name?
What's missing? What part of this man's uniform that if you're between the ages of 3 and 79, you're not even allowed to get on the ice without one? What's he missing?
A helmet.
This kid's not wearing a helmet. No helmet.
Yeah.
Is that true? Hold on. I saw Elton Rohn's dad. He was wearing a hunk of leather.
That was football, though.
Yeah, so you're killing me. And the difference?
The difference would be in football, you actually use your head as part of the game and as a weapon.
A headbutt. A headbutt in hockey's not allowed?
I think. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, you're allowed to slap them with your stick.
No, that's called slapping with your stick.
Slashing, actually.
Is it actually called slashing?
Yeah.
I don't do.
You're allowed body checking.
Yes.
What do you mean?
You could do that into them.
No, that's an elbow.
No, you're allowed to.
I'm pretty sure you have to tuck your elbow and body check.
If you hit them, you're not allowed to hit them with your elbow, although that's what made
Like this.
the recently passed Gordie Howe famous, is that he would break that rule on a regular basis.
We're dating a show. Now, I have no facts or figures on Gordie Howe other than I've never heard so many fantastic stories ever told. That's not true. I was just going to say about a sports person.
Muhammad
but then,
Ali.
Exactly. 5 minutes later, the same type of human being passes. Have you ever heard a bad story about either of those two gentlemen? I mean, they're like...
Well, Muhammad Ali was a little more controversial.
Well, no, but
God bless him for that.
Yeah, exactly. That's where I'm at, too. So, good.
He died.
I can't... No, you don't invite someone into your backyard and start talking politics. That's just weird. Then you're not going to ask him how much he makes right after that. There's things there's rules. Rules to engagement. All right, so my youngest, who will have his questions, does anybody... Spen, why don't you grab half the questions, you grab half the questions, and then someone ask him how we can reach out and get...
What's your favorite color?
Oh, I'm not really wearing it, but it would be blue.
Yeah.
And you guys happen to be wearing
What's
it.
your favorite movie?
I love blue.
Slapshot. Slapshot was a movie about hockey.
I love blue. Yeah, blue's my favorite color.
Now, Slapshot is good. You can't watch that movie until you're 18. That's a bad movie. Like, that's not for kids.
Did you ask what your favorite movie was?
You just
you
did.
went out of
Slapshot.
order.
Excuse me.
That's okay.
What's
Slapshot.
your favorite?
Oh, no, let's not make mock
I'm
of
not.
your young, of the
Trying to
third
sound like
oldest.
a little kid.
You're trying to sound like, you know what I love? The flyover.
Kaden.
No, the flyover.
What?
You hardly ever get a flyover when you're when we're shooting in the booth.
What's Okay, I got Kane's voice nailed.
Okay, yeah, nailed it. Okay,
What's your favorite movie?
Okay, 4 inches from the microphone.
What's your favorite movie?
I'm pointing up, which is the international sign for there's a plane. I'm pretty sure.
Or shut up.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I've. Does that mean shut up in school?
No.
Okay.
Shut up.
Yeah, we're on the radios. There's a visual gag for you. I hope you all enjoyed that. All right, so no more planes. So you asked the favorite color, blue. Favorite sport.
Favorite movie.
No, favorite movie is rated. Don't make fun of your brother. It's rated R, and it's Slapshot. And when you do something
PG.
bad, you go into the box and feel bad.
Okay.
Feel shame. Feel shame.
Feel
Go into the
shame.
box and feel
You
shame.
just feel like crap.
It's a Paul. You guys know who? No.
Paul who?
See, the point of this movie.
Paul
The whole point of this
McCartney.
is that I'm going to listen to it
What's
later
your
because I'm not going to
favorite-
remember anything that we actually
Okay,
would've
I
talked
have
about.
another
Yep.
question.
So I'm with my kids anyways.
I'm the one
so they have
asking
their
the
questions,
question
which is
now.
fantastic, and they're reminding me that Bruce Springsteen. Did you play with Bruce in a studio session or?
No, I've been in several
That-
Bruce Springsteen tribute bands too.
Oh, Bruce Springsteen tribute band.
I've met him, but I've never played with him. That would be a thrill.
Oh, I actually walked around in life when you said the Bruce Springsteen tribute band. I actually walked away that day thinking that you played with
Oh,
Bruce
that would be
Springsteen.
great.
Well, no, you played fantastic. You are a fantastic player.
I've been fired from 2 Bruce Springsteen tributes 5 times. They hired me back, fired me again, hired me back,
That
fired me
sucks.
again.
No, because it's like he walked. No, he wasn't the boss. I'm the boss. This is what he's doing. He's walking around making the guy who's the lead singer who thinks he's actually Bruce Springsteen. He's like, dude, I have more talent in my pinky finger. I'm the boss. And then no, you can't be a part of my band
Okay,
anymore.
can I talk now?
Yes.
Yes, Kanan.
Yeah. Today.
No, actually, I have another
No,
question
shut up.
from mine.
Shut up.
No,
Shut up.
okay.
Shut up.
What's your favorite
Shut
animal?
up. Put your fingers out of your mouth.
Oh, that would have to be dogs.
Okay. Okay.
Good, we have 3
Okay,
cats.
now it's on to Kane and Heather.
You gotta stop making fun of your brother.
No, but I'm doing Kaden's voice.
Hey, it worked. It
Okay.
worked for the Smothers Brothers for years.
What's your favorite? Oh.
It's mine.
No, Mom loves you all best.
It's my
All
turn.
What's your favorite?
It's my turn.
What's your favorite art?
Don't answer that. Don't answer
Okay,
that.
no, that's
like
that is real.
music?
Okay.
What do you like?
Okay. Ready? What's your favorite number?
We did that.
Oh no, we didn't do that one.
I told you he did it out of order.
Oh, jeez, Louise.
Oh, that's a tough one. I'm gonna say I'm gonna go with 4. I'm gonna
Why?
go with 4.
Why 4?
I'm really not sure. Bobby Orr.
Clearly, he's not from Markham.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
I spent a lot of time in Markham.
Yeah, okay, well then.
What's your favorite song?
Now, what's your favorite letter?
Okay, what's your favorite letter?
L.
What's
He
your
like said 5 letters before he said L. Oh,
Yeah, that's true.
U, L. And by the way, everyone picks the first letter of their name.
69.
That's like the
That's a scientific principle?
no. Now my son's asked it 14 times, and everybody said the first letter of their name.
And
So,
if someone
is that
didn't,
not how an experiments?
but if someone didn't say the first letter of
But
their name,
everyone
Kanan
did.
would be like, he'd be like,
Well, if you don't like your first name, maybe you would choose another letter.
No, but Kane, if someone actually picked a different letter, he'd like, why don't you like the first letter of your name? And then they changed their mind. That's what happened once or twice.
Right. Okay. So letter, and then it's Kanan.com.
What's your favorite
It's an
song?
It's an art show where he does art and he paints and stuff, and then it cuts to talking about art. If you did have art, or by the way, I mean
kid's
Ron
show,
Wood.
not
I
the
went
dad
to
show.
a viewing. Everyone has. The second that you allow yourself open to the world of creativity, it spills. And Kanan is the only one that gets it. A book is art. Magic is art. The whole thing is, if I call it art, it's art. But if you, the person who's doing it, calls it art, that doesn't need to be true. It's me, the buyer. I make it worth something, right? Without the audience, are you still doing it?
Sorry, music? Yes.
Yeah, no, on the stage, right? You're doing it for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. The audience shows up just to hear your. You know how much it costs for rehearsal space? Thank you for showing up. So, but we're not doing rehearsal space. We're doing so he asked what's your favorite artist, and he means visual artist at the beginning.
Oh.
But then he means any artist because you are
I
comedian.
I didn't do all the questions.
What's your favorite painting?
You know, I think my favorite artist, strangely enough, is also a musician.
Yeah, that can be. Yeah.
Terry Watkinson.
Do you know Terry Watkinson?
He does really amazing artwork. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful paintings.
And he's also a musician.
Yes.
All right. And is he Canadian?
Yes.
Is he one of the 6 that I don't know about?
No.
Okay.
You mean one of the
The
6
9?
one of the 6 in the group of 7? Is that, I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Don't they keep falling off? Are they all alive still?
I have no idea.
I don't follow that at all.
I'm no art expert.
Me neither. He just likes art. So he has this thing he looks at. He likes Picasso because it's like looking at a puzzle. If you're thinking about doing that,
But
in
if
their
you ever want to look at some great art, I think he's got an exhibit in Yorkville right now. It's just starting.
life. Okay, right now it's in June, so this will be airing on Friday, promoting the 24th of June at Hughs Room. So what else do we got? Kanan.com. He brings out.
What's your favorite song?
Is that right? No.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Oh yeah, he used to ask that, but then people would get really upset.
Well, I'm not upset. I think I answered it before. I'll try to give the same answer. And I think Billy Joel's Piano Man. I think I'll go with that.
Oh, is that what you said? Who asked that as a song?
Oh, I said what's the most popular song? You could
Oh,
No.
that's true. It wasn't favorite. That was a different question. That is a different question.
Yeah.
Well, he's not allowed to steal from his youngest brother. He's not in the room now.
Well, I misunderstood. But it might be that they're both the same.
Huh. Well, that's interesting. Ben? He went out of order, so he made it all crazy for me. I can do editing. I can do whatever
He
I
did
want.
all of them. We did all of them.
Oh, did we? So then, lastly but not leastly, we'd like to know how we contact the band for the gig. What are we promoting here?
Well, I think probably the easiest way is the website, eltonron.com. Lots of information. Ron does a really good job. He's the chief cook and bottle washer. He does most of it himself. He's obviously talented with the video and with the web building stuff, and he does a wonderful, wonderful job with that stuff.
That's true. That's true. But you are a freelance musician. We are going to promote. That's what we're here for. June 24th, Hughs Room. Are you long-standing with the? You must have been at the Hughs Room as another musician with another band at some point.
I've done a few things. This is the Elton Rohn Band's first official show there, but we've had one unofficial show there. A couple of years ago, I threw myself a birthday party, and the guys were gracious enough to be part of the show.
So we're going to be at the Hughs Room. You did something before with Elton Rohn, but were you there on your own, doing your own thing?
I've done a number of things where I'm part of somebody else's show. There's a guy named Michael Rycraft who does shows there, tribute shows all the time, and he gets different artists. And what they do that's different is they have different people. He gets a group of musicians together, and they each do an interpretation of an artist. So they're doing a Tom Petty night, actually tomorrow night there.
At the Hughs Room.
At the Hughs Room.
Okay.
And we are there the following week. And we may have some special guests join us too. We're still up in the air.
Now I see that. No, that's actually listed on the that there are special guests to be expected at the Hughs Room.
There might be a couple.
Yeah, the Hughs Room's part of this.
But it's mostly our band.
Okay. Well, your band. I just saw some video of you playing just recently in Port
Hope.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. What, 5,000 people on stage?
Yes.
That was. Or is it just an illusion?
But they all paid.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That was delicious. I really enjoyed listening to that and watching that happen.
Really nice theater in Port Hope that we've played a couple of times. We've developed a bit of a kinship with the theater. So
that's fantastic. So normally the writer over here usually asks, as a writer, did you ever write your own songs? That's
lots.
And did any
couple hundred?
A couple hundred. Yeah. That's a lot of songs. So did any of them make them to an oatmeal commercial?
Not yet. No, an insurance website. Yes.
Nice.
I actually got double duty out of one little track. It appeared in a movie, and the insurance company, and not much else beyond that.
I don't try to note anything ever. I'm a big fan of how can I make it sound like me, and people very quickly say that doesn't sound like the original, and they think they're insulting me. Other than very quickly they say I like what I just heard.
Yeah,
like that doesn't sound like the original.
There's two sides of that compliment.
Yeah. Well, it depends on what you're going for, and that's what I'm asking of you. So, I mean, a tribute band, I'm assuming, is trying to go note for note, close as best. I mean,
yeah, most of the time. I guess people have different approaches depending on what they think will entertain the audience, and also what their own skill level and desire is. So certainly there's people out there sometimes will flip the logic of, well, we do it this way, but often it's because they can't reproduce it note for note.
Right.
Other times they're like, no, we did reproduce it note for note. It got a little boring. We wanted to inject a bit of our own thing to it. And we do a little bit of that in the Elton band too. I don't know how many people notice sometimes, but we do a little.
You get sucked in. I'm pretty sure.
There's some of our things that I think we've realized there are interpretations, and Elton John doesn't play his own music the same way anymore.
That was kind of what I was going to say. What's the point of playing exactly what you heard on the album? I mean, I understand why, as a musician who's doing a tribute band, might want to sound like what's on the album. But not as a musician. I'm pretty sure Elton John, and then Elton Ron, both as musicians as they are, would come out and jazz up their own stuff, so they themselves are impromptu, having fun with the crowd. Oh, you like that? Let's play that bridge again. I mean, there's no reason not to. Do we have somewhere to go?
And Ron is an immensely talented guy.
Yeah.
Beyond his ability of reproducing Elton. Really
no, Elton Ron is just
but he does that good or better than anybody I've seen do it in the world.
I've never seen anyone else do it, honestly. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure Elton Ron, if he's asked to kind of do an Elton Ron impression from the 70s, he might have to call Elton Ron and say, hey, can you tell me how I did that? Because I'd like some feedback. I think Don Knotts had to do that as well. Missed it by that much. He actually had that. What voice did I have? Mm-hmm. You don't remember how you sounded on Get Smart?
I guess that whole Mr. Furley thing threw him in a different...
Yeah, Furley. Right, Don Knotts, Don Adams. Nice. I'm going to keep doing that. I'll tell you, kids. Meet you at the Wriggle Wiggle. Was that closer to Godwaith?
I enjoyed that one. That was good.
Fun? Yeah. I like that. I have a show called Get a Word in Edgewise where celebrities seem to show up.
Well, it's funny that you mention Don Knotts. I had lunch just now, earlier today in Burlington with Andy Griffiths. But it's not the same Andy Griffiths.
But he can whistle.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, Aunt B. Andy! All right, so that's okay. No one knows. They're all gone. He's a stand-up comedian and then a monologuist and then became actor and then became Matlock. I mean, he went out as Matlock.
Yeah.
I don't think he became a movie star, and if he did, I lost that day.
I don't remember him doing anything but television.
Yeah, but Matlock was Matlock. I mean, if you're over the age of... Actually, if you know what Matlock is right now, you're not alive. You're not alive.
Well,
I mean, you didn't watch it. Did you watch it?
I'm defying the laws of gravity or something.
Did you watch Matlock?
Yes, I did, certainly.
Oh, then you are just gravity.
It was back in the day when there was only 3 television stations to choose from.
See, I forget that part because
You're at
I
the-
was so busy
You're
playing
at the mercy
Pong.
of Buffalo, and that was all we could do.
I was too busy playing Pong. I missed mercy of right. Whatever they decided to syndicate was what we got.
Yeah.
Oh man, we are not young, and that's part of the deal. We're not young. Elton Rohn is tribute to something that I don't even know if he's still performing. I don't know if he's out there on the road. Elton John.
He's just thinking of wrapping it up. I think he's been doing it. But he threatens to retire every once in a while,
Cher.
and then surprise, he comes
like,
back and does another one. And
or like the Stones.
yeah.
Okay. Well, because the second he says it's over, I'm pretty sure you guys can probably move to England and then start, really doing something crazy. Because if he's not performing, people still want to see it.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah,
people haven't forgotten. There's still a huge fan base.
Yeah, huge. Same with the. I know that he hooked up. Elton Rohn hooked up with Billy Joel for half a second and doing something. It's from the same genre, the same time period. Both are still working. I don't know if Billy Joel's touring anymore.
He stopped making new records, but he had a standing monthly show at Madison Square Gardens. Every month he'd helicopter in from Long Island, play his Madison Square Garden thing, and head back home.
Okay.
I think he'd been doing that. Maybe he did that 12, 13 months straight. Maybe he's still doing it. I'm really not sure if it's over yet, but he did it once a month for a whole bunch of months just over the last couple of years.
That's crazy. Well, it's nice to do what you like to do forever and for always. Why stop?
Most
right?
guys just go to their local watering hole and once a month, and his local watering hole happens to be Madison Square Garden.
That's okay. That's a fun story. That's I like that story. I mean, I like performing live. I like this. I would do this for 5 people. I would do this for 10 people. So that's talking and getting it out there, talking about you and promoting you, and being silly with my kids. This time it wasn't as silly as normal because we're missing the third, and they were mocking their little brother. That wasn't very.
And he
nice.
wasn't here to defend himself.
He wasn't here to defend himself because he's got the thing. And you're a dad?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think I've seen pictures online. I'm stalking you on Facebook now.
I have a couple of adults.
Yeah, I guess that's what happens.
They
right?
were kids once upon a time, but
Yeah.
now they're a couple of bona fide
fides.
adults.
Yeah, but they're your kids, and they'll always be your kids.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, did you ever take them out when you were touring and doing stuff? Were they in the audience at 7?
Oh yeah,
5,
and
7,
I'm hoping they show up at this thing coming up too, and they've come out and seen the band a couple of times and brought their boyfriends and
okay, hold on.
significant
Hugh's
others.
room is they serve alcohol there. That's for sure.
Well, my kids are old enough.
Oh right, kids. I got sucked into my own question. So yeah, this will be for your course. Your kids will come out.
My kids have been drinking heavily for quite a while now.
That's not what I was asking, but that's fun. Thank you for that. No, I was actually saying when they were of my children's age, would you have take them to your venue of being a musician?
Yeah,
you're a working musician.
Yeah, well, from time to time in a theater thing or something, they would come out.
Right.
And
you hit the road. Would they come with you?
And not so much. Well, technically on the road, only because I think they came out to a show in Gravenhurst.
Oh, okay. So you kept yourself.
But
local.
we happened to be at my in-laws' cottage in Gravenhurst when we happened to also be playing a show there, and that was long before the Elton thing for me.
Right, yeah. No, you said 14 years old was when you started this whole thing. So you're a freelance musician. You're a singer-songwriter.
Yeah.
We got
I took a little detour and spent 20 years as a dentist, but that's a whole other story.
Is that true?
Yeah.
That became the vocation, and the dream is what you still do.
Yeah. Well, the dream is over.
The dream is over?
The dream is over. I'm not a dentist anymore.
Ah, that was great, kids. Did you hear that? Kids? Yeah, no, that is
Everybody
the joke.
floss. That's
Yeah.
all my only advice. Floss.
Yeah. Flossing is interesting. I did not know you were a dentist. I'm going to have to pick your brain. Yeah, we're going to have to drill through that. Man, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not bending over because I got cavities to be filled. Here's the thing.
Yes.
The kids don't understand that, and that's what's important. This is a PG show. If you can make your innuendos and your puns...
Well, that's how you make it entertaining for adults at the same time.
I'm trying. I'm so
That's
trying.
how Sharon, Lois, and Bram got through it, I think.
Wow, which one of them was the elephant in the room?
Well, they hired an extra one, as far as I remember.
What? Oh, yeah, he was good, the fiddle player.
Yeah.
I liked him. I did like him. I can't remember his name right now, but I liked him. He was, yeah.
But I'm not my memory of Sharon,
during-
Lois, and Bram is faded because when my kids got old enough that they didn't listen to it, I sort of Didn't listen to it as often either, but
You didn't like the hits. So, yeah, I'm a big fan. Actually, on the show, we had the guy who recorded the first Sharon Lois and Bram album.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Vasey from Kensington Sound.
oh, okay.
Yeah, you know Kensington Sound?
Yes, I've been downstairs from it.
Yeah.
A friend of mine has the studio that's below it now. It used to be Kensington Sound, but they now rent space to a friend of mine named Harrison Fine.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to remember what I think his called Fine Productions, and it's behind Graffitis.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. It's all on the same space right there. So yeah, so were you recorded or?
I was just there a couple weeks ago. I was playing on a kids album that's coming out.
Oh, so yeah, so doing some studio
Yeah.
stuff. So you're like part of the Canadian Wrecking Crew.
Oh yeah, schlepping group.
Wow. So let's see. In Canada, 0.1% of the people got that. I'm really happy that you're in the entertainment industry. You seem to be in the right business. Every time I see you performing, you're always into it. Like I've never. It's a gig. You're getting paid, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure.
You know what? Personally, you get certain things that are monetarily decent and fun, swanky little parties, and the occasional band things. I do some other things on the side. I get hired as a hired gun from time to time. Our Elton gigs are usually wonderful, but I will play the odd, picnic table in the backyard or whatever. You use some of your lucrative gigs to subsidize your not as lucrative gigs.
No, that's
part of that. That's a crisis for some musicians if they really love playing. So
I would say just be a dentist and play on the weekends. Holy crap, what a great idea. I believe my dermatologist when I was a kid was also a jazz musician, and he'd play on the weekends only.
Well, that's, I used to do that back in that time.
You're also a dermatologist?
No. No.
You just went through all the skilled crafts.
Just as I answered that, I thought, well, I should add a disclaimer there.
I don't even know what that means.
I
got thick skin. Go ahead.
I have done some dermatology, but I shouldn't talk about it.
But
I'm just enthralled with watching your cat go after. I'm not sure what it is the cat is.
Oh yeah, we're not going to have any bug problems this year. That's for sure. This thing eats.
And I had a cat that looked just like that once upon a time.
Oh, okay. So again, it's radio. So this is an orange and white tabby. We, as you know, because of the show,
very attractive cat.
And it's because of the show. We got 3 cats. They said the more the merrier, and don't just get one. And then we learned from that, don't get a mother and its daughter, or the daughter doesn't want to hang out with you. It's going to hang out with its mother. It doesn't want to be with the kids. And now we got this timid cat that's its mother. It's like, get away from me. You're an adult now. Go get drunk, right?
Well, I in 2 different lifetimes, I had a pair of cats who, when they have each other, they kind of ignore their owners.
Right.
And then I also had for 18 or 19 years, we had one that we took in off the street, and just we were his world.
Yeah,
we were it.
That's fantastic. No, see, I like cats, but you said dogs. You went with dogs when asked.
I had one of those too.
Yeah,
for a shorter period of time because they're more work.
They are. They're like they're truly babies. You can't leave them for 5 days with a bowl of food. That's not happening ever. That's like leaving your 6-month-old. There you go. There's a bowl of kibble.
You leave them your credit card and let them order a pizza.
You might as well. That's just as good. You're going to come into some very damaged situations afterwards. So the idea, of course, is that RDC Music trying to get some originals out there.
Right.
But that's not going to happen with you because you want to keep your friendship alive.
Well, I have a couple of songs that I've recorded at Ron's facility.
Oh, fantastic!
And they're still works in progress.
See, that becomes the problem as someone who understands writing songs. That at some point you have to say. So I decided that I call things demos, always. I don't even care if it has a label to it. No, it's still just a demo. It's a demo. It's always a demo. It's a take 2. That's what that is. And then you got the demo. You got the working mix, right? And then you got the scratch.
I've got them all. The scratch ones.
You call that scratch?
The scratch are usually on my iPhone.
Is that what you call them, scratch, though? Is that right? Because in movies we call them a ghost track. Do you call it a ghost track or do you call it scratch track?
Well, I see what you're talking about. You're talking about the ones where you intend to sing it better the next time around or play it better.
No, it's just a thing to play too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the backtrack to everything.
But I've got a handful of things that are
Yeah.
the idea came to me, or we just sat and here, before we forget how this goes, let's do the first draft of this.
This is actually how a lot of the musicians said. Make sure you have a recording device on you because ideas are fleeting. When we talk to comedians like Mark Breslin and the Kenny Robinson, they said also, again, same idea, have a recording
Love
device.
Mark Breslin. I used to be a Yuck Yucks fan many years.
They're still around. You don't have to not be a fan anymore. I would just suggest. They got lots. You're in the Golden Horseshoe. There's lots. All the way. You got to drop to buy a bunch of them. Please support your local comedy club. I'm not very specific until they give me money.
Right. Makes sense.
I just like live entertainment. I'm actually quite upset when someone says, "Oh, we are just a this or we are just a that." It's a jazz club. I'm like, why? It's a stage and an audience club. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't understand. Variety, which is where I come from. I remember doing crappy impressions, and doing some singing and songwriting, and I can take any song and make it a parody, and I love to perform. That's everywhere, isn't it? I want to say vaudeville, but I don't want to act with the naked ladies because it's kind of burlesque vaudeville. They're not the same.
I think it depends on the naked ladies that you're acting with, but that's a whole other story. My feeling is, well, the two things I was going to... I could see you writing a musical myself, but...
I so want to write a musical.
And at first, if this is radio,
right.
I realized that.
Right.
But at one point in time, I kind of closed my eyes while you were talking about it, and I was thinking to myself, I'm being interviewed by Nathan Lane. This is really cool.
Oh, interesting.
Only for like a little second.
Well, it's better than Firestein.
Yeah.
I'll say I'll take that.
And I'm fans of both, but I was like, I just want to get back to should anybody be interested in wondering what the hundreds of demos that I've done may sound like.
Right.
Some of them are for my peril. They're up on www.soundcloud.com/my name Laurie Ingalls. So you can, if you're just curious, go there and hear some original music. I haven't really published anything.
Well, I can put the link up onto the site. That's available to us while we're talking to you. Because, again, we're here talking about Elton Rohn and the band that's going to be performing at the Hughs Room, which I went to that space. The sight lines are fabulous. Again, it's a music room. I actually haven't heard of anything else. I want to bring variety to that place. Mm-hmm. I keep me and a man named Hart Pomerantz. I don't know if you know that name.
I know Hart Pomerantz.
Oh, great. He's a partner. Partner. Friend of mine.
He's a lawyer.
Well, no, he's Adam, I'm trying to get out of that business.
He's actually a childhood friend of my dad's. Just by coincidence.
Well, no. See, what we're doing now is something.
He's not a childhood friend of my dad's anymore.
Oh,
but they grew up together. They knew each other.
Okay. Well, I'm sure he'll say hello still.
And I think my dad's most favorite story about Mr. Pomerantz is that Mr. Pomerantz, because I don't know him that well.
I call him Hart. But I wouldn't Mr. Pomerantz. I
don't know. I remember him from This Is the Law. That's what I remember.
I don't even know that show. I remember back in the day it's called the Hart and Lauren Pomerantz Hour.
That too. That it's very hard to find evidence of that. It was great. I love that show. With Lorne Michaels.
It's there. No, it's available to you on YouTube.
I got to find some episodes.
Oh, it's there. It's all there.
Used to search and always come up like, empty.
He sent me the links. I will send them to you.
But my dad recently told me this story. My dad turned 75 just a couple weeks ago. And his famous story is he and Hart were friends, and Hart said to him when they were in their early days of maybe in their 20s or approaching 30 or something. He said, my dad's name's Alan. He says, Alan, I got this great idea. You know what they don't have in the U.S.? Butter tarts. You got to go into this business with me. Hart's Tarts. And he's right. To this day, you can't find a decent butter tart in the United States of America.
No, but I
don't think they deserve them, but that's okay.
That's okay. They opened chicken ranches instead, closer to the same of Hart's Tarts.
Yeah. So my dad,
Hart's Tarts Chicken Ranch.
My dad knew him, or sort of knows him, but I'm sure they've drifted.
I am going to again bring it up, but yeah, Hart Pomerantz, who is using RDC Music, talking to them about remixing because he does more than just.
I didn't realize that.
Oh yeah. He's all of his interviews he wants to get remixed. He also wants to remix his. Geez Louise, he did radio stuff as well. That's where everyone started. So he wanted to get it all kind of mastered. Right, because he has the originals, and now here we are
digitizing.
Yeah. So that's where he was. So I'm putting them together. I will bring up your I'm sorry, your Ingalls, right?
Yes.
So Alan Ingalls, and they're just childhood friends. They didn't do anything professionally later on in life.
My dad became a pharmacist.
Right. And but this is profession, great profession. Pharmacist, lawyer, dentist.
I come from a
proud
long line
people.
of pharmacists, and
they're upset you became a dentist?
yeah, very.
I have a long line of drug pushers, and I like teeth. All right, well, I think you did great, because not only are you getting to do what the passion, I'm sorry the passion of dentistry has come to an end.
I could still be passionate about that. It's a whole long story why I'm not involved in doing that anymore.
Oh yeah, well I don't want to know about the lawsuits.
I took a weekend off, and it's been 5 years or something like that.
Oh, so hold on, has music been good to you, or?
It's always good.
Yeah.
Music makes me happy.
Yeah, see that's
Dentistry is you're dealing with a captive audience, and one at a time. Nobody gets up and applauds and cheers when you're done.
But you could, instead of piping in music, record the 100, 200 songs that are yours, and just keep at. What do you like to think of that song? Those are mine.
Occasionally that happened. I would slide them in there and just not say anything and see if somebody said, "Get that crap off," or if they would say,
"No, don't even." I can't believe that's true. I can't believe that's true. So.
Well, no. Usually stuff went over quite well, but I just didn't.
Oh, good. So you're being modest.
Yeah.
Then. Okay, good. I wouldn't move forward if I wasn't getting applause with my children with songs that are originals. We did one cover, but mostly the goal here is if you're not doing originals. I mean, I understand a tribute.
It's an amazing thing, and you're just embarking on it. It sounds like you guys are pretty advanced, but I get to play. My younger daughter is also a songwriter.
Okay.
And we've recorded a couple of things that are in Ron's basement right now at RDC too. Still waiting to just be finalized.
Right.
But it's amazing to be able to have that collaboration with your offspring.
Right. And that's what this is as well. That's what this whole production number is.
It's wonderful.
I won't remember any of this. I will have to listen to this again and again. I have no short-term memory. Phenobarb, I think, is what they gave me when I was growing up, and they're supposed to stop at 3, and they gave it to me till 5, and now they just. Anyway,
short-term memory's overrated.
It's overrated.
Long-term memory that's fun.
Oh, yes, that's true. That stuff can get you in trouble too, though. Just as badly. I am not. I want to say a practicing Jew, but I'm not doing it very well. Like I'm a doctor. But Friday night is when it's going on. I would love to be there, but I don't normally go out on a Friday night unless something. If he's. This is going to be a great show. I'm actually kind of irked that it became a Friday. If it was Saturday morning, you know what I'm talking about? I would still go. I've decided Friday night is when I'm going to be pious. And drunk, shickered.
Yeah.
Yeah, just shickered. You got 2 souls. I got to get shickered. For 2 people.
Yes.
For 2 souls, I got to get shickered.
It's a mitzvah.
It's a mitzvah to be shickered twice.
Yes.
Yes. I love him talking to a Jewish person. No one's going to get this. Ish. Everyone be ish. Jew-ish, Muslim-ish, Christian-ish, whatever you are, Buddhist. I'm promoting ish. Be ish. But Friday night, I can't and shan't be there. But you have donated, if we're going to call it donated, 2 tickets. 2 tickets to be given away. We have to like the Elton Rohn page, and we have to share it. And to do that, you're entered. And hopefully by the Monday before the Friday show, we'll have somebody who's got an extra pair. But it's only so you can bring a couple along with you because you're going to go to eltonron.com and buy a pair.
It's a lovely, lovely evening.
But it's also, if you buy in advance, it's $10 off the tickets. It's a nice price when you buy before. At the door, it's still reasonable, $45. But before, hey, what are you doing on the 24th? If you don't know, you now know. Now do. All right, so go out and support live entertainment. The Hughs Room is a fantastic spot where Hart Pomerantz and myself have been trying for almost a year now to put on a variety show.
I'd come to see your
I would. No, you're on the show. No, you're on the show. You're on the show talking to Hart Pomerantz, telling the story about Alan. That's the show. We're going to record it. We're going to have television cameras because he wants cameras. I only want radio. I want music. I want people to sing. Oh, look, I can't believe there's a dinosaur that just showed up. See the dinosaur, Laurie?
Well, yes.
And that's
not that drug you were talking about speaking either. The dinosaur is.
I know. Oh, I know. See, but now there's 2 of us convincing the people at home that the aliens have invaded.
Yes.
That's all you need. Theater of the mind. And I'm so excited by that. But that's not what this is. This is chatting. My sons and I have a show that does that, and we just play with it. I'm having so much fun with that, with being a father and enjoying their time, because they're not going to want to hang out with me in 10 years. I've been told. But I don't think they want to hang out with me now. I think it's what's it's.
It's why the 2 of us are alone.
Yeah,
with
now.
this dinosaur.
With the dinosaur. You can only mention Bruce Springsteen so many times before the people just don't know what the hell you're talking about anymore. But Bruce Springsteen and all those other things, they're their own world. They have their own tributes for a reason. They're icons and they're iconic. And the Hughs Room is 30 years now. I mean, it's been there. It is a place in Toronto for music. It's one of the spots.
It's a serious stopping spot for a lot of great people come through there.
Yeah, I'm supposed to, I think, see Gordon Lightfoot's daughter play there soon. She's also coming through. But yeah, a lot of people popping through. And the Hughs Room is supporting with the Canadian talent, and it helps to create the, we'll call it the tour, getting you through. I mean, it's 236 seats. Right?
I think it's 220.
Okay, we'll go 220. So he has 16.
220 standing room.
Maybe that's what we're doing. Cause I'll go 16. So he has 16 kickback tickets, so he can invite his own friends to show up. And he told you 220.
Yeah, we're charging our enemies extra.
Did you hear that, Hitler? If you want to come, $5,000. That's pittance. Pittance. That's a gold filling right there.
But
that's never making it to air right there.
Okay.
I have lost my sense of being.
Sittler's invited.
Sittler. Nice.
Sittler's invited.
Nice. Is that a Seinfeld joke that I'm missing? Because people do that to me all the time. They tell me a joke from television that's so popular, but I don't watch TV other than my own show, which is out there with Melissa DeMarco, for which Elton Rohn, but actually Ron Camilleri, not even RDC Music. It's Ron. It was before the full-time place. And I want to record my album there. 24th. The tickets that we're going to be giving away, please like and share on the Facebook. And when you do, you're up for your second pair. Please come out and support live entertainment. Hughs Room, the parking is free right across the way. There's like a huge, it's downtown parking with no downtown Bryce parking. So there's another little savings. I know right now you're hearing this show and you're thinking, why didn't we just do this in the parking lot across from the Hughs Room? It's because Lori was nice enough to come to my bedroom, but my son isn't well.
Yeah,
and
well, it's your backyard in this case, but it's beautiful.
Oh, what a beautiful day.
Yeah.
I mean, you get 6 of these a year. If we had 7, the Americans would invade. Really, a full week of nice days? Yeah, they already took the fresh water. It saved my life. It saves people's lives. It is a drug. You can sit in a room with a guitar, or me, a guitar, you, a piano for days.
Well, I play guitar too, so I feel...
Oh, you understand?
Yeah, totally.
Okay, so after you start... any music, if you're creating it, and actually...
Anything except bagpipes. I think I draw the line at bagpipes. But I'm sure some people get pleasure out of it.
There's something funny about that. I feel like... Because I got 3 cats, you just take the cat under your arm, put the tail in your mouth, and squeeze.
Yes.
That's basically... I've heard good bagpipes, though. I mean, I actually have. That's why I don't want to... I want to slag them, but I can't, because if... You've heard bad bagpipe playing is what's happened, right? And then you've heard loud band bagpipe playing. But you've never heard a guy who's like, I love the bagpipes, listen to this. I'm pretty sure you're going to say, no, that doesn't...
I'm actually secretly a fan of bagpipes.
That's great.
One of my big thrills was going to see Paul McCartney at the ACC, and the entire drum corps and 15 bagpipers came out and they did a lovely Mull of Kintyre. I didn't see it coming. It was a great moment.
And you're just, I do not, these bagpipers, I want to hunt them down.
No, I'm okay with them.
You're okay with bagpipers. I like any music, the frame of mind.
Eddie Murphy tried.
Yeah, that was bad. One song. That's not good. I liked him in a bunch of stuff. You're an Eddie Murphy fan. I wouldn't suggest going to an Eddie Murphy concert if it's all singing. You might want to pass. Not a lot of people are crossing the genre. I mean, if Bo Jackson started to sing, I mean, he's good at 3 sports. I'm not going to go... I'm not a sports fan. I'm making fun of myself right now. You just don't know it because you don't know me. But I love music and anything to do with music. And you've told the kids to make sure they have a recording device. Do it because you like it. Mm-hmm. And... be a dentist. Get a vocation that pays you money so you don't feel like you're singing for your supper. So when you finally get the job that allows you to actually sing for your supper and pay your rent at the same time, you're in a different place. Is that because you seem happy as hell?
It's a good day.
Oh, okay, I get you. Your dad's 75. Does he still play that musical instrument sitting in your front room?
No, that was my grandfather.
Oh, it was your grandfather.
My dad was more famous. I don't think he's played in about 50 of the, or maybe even longer.
50.
But apparently he told me he either played the saxophone or the trumpet in high school, and he got in trouble for You'd relate to this. They were playing Christmas carols, and he started just playing Yellow Rose of Texas because it's what he knew.
That's what he knew.
And I did the same thing. They gave me a saxophone, and I couldn't stop playing Maple Leaf Forever. Didn't matter what the song was actually. So they took my saxophone away from me and kicked me out as well. And what
you're saying is just too funny. Everything you're saying is too funny. All right, well, everything is fantastic. I can't wait to see you working live again. I can't wait to produce a show where I can invite you to be the live performer. And thank you for being live from my bedroom.
It was a lot of fun.
Oh, good. I'm glad it wasn't torture. Well, I'm glad to hear that. But hopefully we'll do exactly this, but with cameras at the Hughs room. I honestly just want the radio part with a plate spinner. All right, we've been live from my bedroom, and thank you very much, Lori. And good luck to you. Break a leg.
Thank you so much.
Was that good? Theme song!
Yes, I signed my soul on the dotted line.